But it is.
Oh man, I love it. Well, Aaron, I am excited to be here with you today. I'm going to share my screen briefly. Uh, Today, we're going to talk about the 2024 State of SEO. Now, really quickly, there is going to be another webinar on September 24th. We're going to have the pleasure of hearing from Jared Turner. The subject of that is why I started an SEO company. It is incredible to hear Jared speak about Boostability, and I hope that he goes in depth into how crazy it was, him in his basement. I wish it was a garage, right?
Yeah, it'd be better.
But it would have been like, the Mattel or the Apple or the Microsoft. But no, this is his basement. But there were plenty of sacrifices and things that he has done in order to, give us a job and have thousands of opportunities and help hundreds of thousands of small businesses get on the first page, which is so great.
That's going to be good. Nothing
Aaron,
like saying, hey, welcome for coming today. The next one's going to be better.
That's very true. That's very, very true. Now,
it is going to be really cool, though. Jared is an amazing guy, and
so
what a great experience. So we hope you can all make it. We're recording it anyway if you can't, live, but that's going to be a good one. 2 weeks today.
I love it. I love it. Now, there is one question from last week that I want to get through. There's two. Does Boostability work on geo and incorporating it into the SEO strategy? And then also the next question, what supportive documentation is there that we can white label and present to prospects? Now, Aaron, what are your thoughts initially with that?
Yeah. Well, I think it's first good to just give some context, right? Because sometimes we use terms, we use acronyms that might be super familiar for one, but not another. So when we're asking about, do we use the geo, we're talking about the word or words that represent the location, right? Geo short for geolocation, the geographical place.
Yep.
And so, a lot of the small businesses that we work with, they're small businesses. They're actually physically located in an area and they have a service area. And so my understanding of that question is, do we incorporate that into the strategy that we provide for our small business customers? And so, yes, absolutely we do. If you are providing a roofing repair service, right, Nick? Nick's getting a new roof here soon.
Did you get
contacted one of these?
I got a new roof.
Yes.
But absolutely, what we'll do is we will look at initially title tags. We'll make sure that geolocation is incorporated in the title tag. H1's also supportive inside of the content within. And then we will also make sure that we optimize their Google business profile to make sure that their name, address, and phone numbers are consistent to appear in the search there. So
yeah,
easy. And then the next question was, what kind of white label information do you provide that helps support that? And we have plenty of case studies. When you are a partner of ours, we can send you some case studies of, okay, if you're a roofing contractor in the Utah County area, here's some other roofing contractors that we've worked with. These are the results that we received with them. So we want to make it as easy as possible for them.
Yeah, we have proposals, we have audits, our dashboard, obviously, for someone that has purchased SEO is fully white labeled. Yeah, just give us a call. We'll show you everything that we've got. It is our very intention to help our partners succeed, and that everything that we provide can be presented as if this is your SEO outfit, right? And full service offering. So
exactly.
That's good questions. Keep them coming.
All right. Now, Aaron, let's get into the meat of this. What is the big takeaway from SEO in 2024? What kind of insightful, crazy, exotic news do you have for me?
I don't know about exotic, but that sounds exciting. So the big takeaway, I think, there's one main big thing, and that was the Google leak, right? That shook everybody up. And I think from that, we have a number of sort of knock-on takeaways. Let's talk a little bit about the Google leak, though, what it means, what was leaked, how it happened. Essentially, back in March, thousands of internal documents were leaked. And this revealed a lot of information to the broader SEO community that we weren't necessarily aware of. One main takeaway is Google has and will always sort of keep their cards close. Some even think that maybe Google did this on purpose because they are very calculated. And we know in the past that they have presented things that represent an invented future. For example, right, I remember about 10 years ago, it was all about page load speed, and they used to have tools that would test this, and then they would give you a score, and then they seemed to present that if your page didn't load within, say, 3 seconds, which sounds fast, but it's actually quite long when, we're in today's internet world,
Absolutely.
then you would not get a good page speed score. And so that would hurt you. And so what came out of that is everybody was making their websites load faster, which is a good thing, right? For everybody that uses the internet. And so we saw this also with security, HTTPS. Google says one thing because they want to invent the future, and then everybody sort of falls in line, and the whole internet improves and the quality increases. And so I think there are elements there as to what we saw out of the leak. But a main thing that it did show is that, well, first of all, Google did verify that the leak was accurate. The leak shared, over 14,000 elements that are considered in search. What it did not show is how they are weighted and which ones to what level are used right now actively. And so I do want to be clear on that. And there is a lot of write-ups from a lot of good people, trusted people in the SEO space that have spoken about this at length. It also told us that we can't always take what Google says at face value. We have to be skeptical.
That right there is a big deal. Why do you think it's a big deal that sometimes we need to listen to Google and follow their advice, and then there's other times where it's like, okay, Google's saying something, but from our data and what we understand is something different. What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. And I think it goes back to Google does want things to improve. They also have their own interests at heart, right? They want to provide a better user experience because they're in a space as well where there are other options. Although they are not as big or as powerful as Google, right? There are other search engines, and so they're always trying to make their users have the best experience. However, that said, a couple of things that I do want to call out that Google said they were not doing, and it is very clear that they were doing. And number one is they were using data extensively from the Chrome browser, right, to understand a bit more about click metrics, user behavior. When you go to one site and you click back and you go to another one, sort of all of that pogo sticking, you might say. They said they weren't using data from Chrome, and they were. And so I think we might end up talking about another one of those, but click metrics is a big part of that, the user experience. So I don't think Google's the big evil thing here, but I do think that what they say specifically isn't the whole story.
Yeah. They're also looking at, the web score or the authority of the website score as well. But it's interesting to just say, you have to trust the company as much as you can, and also look at industry leaders to guide you and help you have the correct answer. And as we've stated plenty of times here, when working with a company like Boostability, you have plenty of options to understand what is happening, and relying on Boostability to say, how do I get this customer onto the first page? What are the tactics that you utilize? Now, Jared Turner, our CTO, was on a
it's on the Voice of America podcast, right?
It was great. And if you have the opportunity to listen there, he speaks a lot to what and who Boostability is. And he said, when we created Boostability, it wasn't only to focus on Google. It was to also make sure that the customer's end experience was there and there was full transparency behind it. And that's something that we really care about, is that transparency to understand, what are you paying for, what are you getting out of it, and how will it benefit you. Now,
love that.
Aaron, next question that we've got here is, why continual algorithm updates? Why do you think Google has that?
Yeah, that's a big one. I would love it if they just stopped, right? We see it in all industries. I mean, take cars, for example.
Yeah.
They're always being improved upon, always having that quality increased. And so I can promise you that Google's algorithms are going to continue to change. They're going to continue to become more versatile and look for more user behavior. And again, it's all focused around ultimately the end user experience that Google would like people to have. There are a few things, though, that Google definitely wants to weed out, and that is that there are good guys and bad guys in the space. And I think this is also part of why they don't necessarily share everything, because those who want to circumvent systems and use them for their own purposes, they're always going to take that to the extreme if they know that there is a loophole. And so I actually respect that. I think that that's really good. Back in the day, we used to call it the Google Dance in the early, 2000s. They do it about every quarter. Now they're doing hundreds of updates every year. They roll stuff out, they roll it back. And whenever even there's a big update, I would let things settle for a couple of weeks. We're obviously tracking millions of true small business keyword data every day. And we see this a lot where rankings will fluctuate and then they'll settle. And so those are key pieces that I know with regards to algorithms and how we are tracking things right now. Again, it's not done in big blocks like it used to be. It's just ongoing. And then Google does do the more significant updates.
Yeah. What I also love about the fact that there are algorithm updates is the amount of user experience that happens in Google's atmosphere. It's great to see, and it's pushing all of us to innovate and find ways to get customers on the first page. I don't think Google's this big and bad thing. I think they make updates to, number one, get customers to participate inside of their website, Google, as best as possible, get the answers that they're looking for, and then they utilize the information from how people are interacting with it into their next steps. There will always be algorithm updates.
Yeah.
It just will never be like it was before, where there's this blanket updates that just ruins everybody's day. We also need to remember that SEO is not going away. Proper SEO is not going away. Google relies on these SEO companies because we're helping their customers, their actual customers that need to be on the first page, get there. So it's really the people who are bad actors, the black hat SEO companies that are out there that are, need to make adjustments, and hopefully they can whittle away with some of them, because there's nothing worse than getting that bad experience of a bad SEO company and then you have to fix it afterwards.
Yeah.
So
I did want to add another piece here that I think is kind of cool to know, as we're speaking about, how Google communicates on that earlier question. Rand Fishkin is, quite a well-known voice in the space. And a few years ago, he was at a conference, and to illustrate click metrics and how user behavior does have an impact, he had everybody in the conference do a search, like the exact same search, and then click on the same result of a result that was outside of the top 10. And then they went back to it, about an hour later or so, and it had moved up.
Absolutely.
And so, like, right there, live in the conference, they proved that Google takes live information and then uses it to improve their search results. But publicly, Google says they don't use click metrics. Yeah. So that's another thing that they probably don't want us to know, that because they actually want to prevent that type of, I mean, obviously here was as a social test, but they want to prevent people from tricking the system to make themselves better and improve. So in a world of bots and AI, and we'll talk a little bit about AI later, but Google actually does use quality raters. These are real people who will look at search results and determine, does this one really actually deserve to be here? Is it relevant? And so I appreciate that not everything is automated, that even with high technology and tools, that they're still using human elements. And actually, ties back to what we talk a lot about at Boostability, right? We use a lot of tools. We do use automation in our process, but it's all geared around real people that know what's going on and is guiding the whole strategy.
Yeah, I agree. Really quickly, in the form of housekeeping, I've sent the registrant link for the next webinar. I'm also just now inside of our chat, I am including a link to Jared's podcast, that
brilliant.
Voice of America.
Yeah.
So please, if you get the chance, amazing, about 50 minutes of intriguing, great information of it. So the next question is, what is the #1 SEO challenge?
All right. So this is actually a question that Search Engine Land asked in their mass questionnaire survey to, the SEO professionals that are in their community. It was really interesting. So a couple of takeaways. They first shared that in 2024, the #1 biggest SEO challenge, as shared by their community, right? This is the people voting for the people.
Yeah.
They said the #1 challenge is the algorithm changes.
Yeah.
How do we keep track of them? How do we respond to them? How do we know what the real intent of them is? How do we adapt? Last year, it was content. It's just 12 months, right? And it shifts
Yeah.
quite significantly. Here is what the cumulative response was. Having the most helpful expert content no longer automatically earns you a top spot in the SERPs.
Why do you think that?
That's fascinating,
What do
right?
you think changed there? Right? Content was king.
Yeah,
What
it
changed?
was just over the last 5-6 years. It's just people have songs about it.
Yeah.
So what changed? I think everybody got good content to a
How?
degree, right? And so
How do you
now
think
we're
they
back
got?
to another denominator. How are
How?
we now going to differentiate ourselves?
But the content is because of AI. They had to adjust.
Yeah.
You look at like the kids' schools, right? My kids now, rather than just saying, "Oh, you can't use Chat GPT," right? My daughter's teachers just said, "Use it, but I want to see how you're using it. Show me the commands that you're utilizing." This was
Right.
her English class just last week.
Fascinating.
Google's doing the exact same thing, saying, "You know what? Content is huge, but we're not placing as much emphasis there."
Yeah.
Interesting.
Along the same lines in this same survey, the question was asked, what are the 3 most difficult tasks of SEO? Right. And these are professionals, right? They're actually doing SEO at agency, premium, corporate level. That's their job. And they're
Mhm.
very good at it. And it was fascinating because the responses, there's loads of responses. So even the very SEO professionals, they're not seeing exactly eye to eye, right? They're
Yeah.
seeing different things and they have sort of the different areas that they're highly focused on. But 22% said the most difficult tasks are adapting to algorithm changes. 16% said the most difficult tasks are link building. 13% said the tasks related to on-site technical SEO. And then they had like 7 other answers that have come from these SEO professionals, right? That were content, navigating new tools, analytics, keyword research, and strategy, on-site optimization. So I think the main takeaway for me, Nick, is, man, if you want to do this, even at the professional level,
Yeah.
there's differing detailed perspectives, right? And so partner with someone that knows what's going on. It's kind of my
That
main
and
takeaway.
and be flexible, right? If changes don't happen with this specific tactic or rule or within your area, you need to look at, okay, maybe I need to make an additional page, or I need to add more content with that, or different types of links to other pages that are there. But you need to at least have an understanding of what's going
Yeah.
on.
I promise you
And I
the
love it.
2025 answer is going to be something completely different. It's not going to be
Absolutely.
content. It's not going to be algorithm changes. It'll be a new thing. We'll be back in next year talking about how we're adapting.
Yeah. Well, speaking of adapting, how do you feel like people are adapting? How fast do you see user behavior changing?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we often get asked, hey, does your SEO work for voice search? With Alexa or Siri, and I think that's good to understand because yes, it does, right? But that's also because we're understanding the importance of natural language intent.
Yeah.
And over the last few years, we have all gotten better at content. Some of us are using low quality content if it's all just AI, but Google's looking for more of a conversational style of content, like talking. That's why people like this forum, because it's more podcasty, right? It's not scripted, it's not written out line by line, but they're looking for a more conversational style of content because that's what users like. That's how users are starting to search. And yes, what we do optimizes for voice search as well, because it's the same content that is being crawled. It's just
I-
the search queries are longer.
Absolutely. I also think the behavioral changes that I'm seeing are people are getting to their answers quicker than before. It's all
Right.
about speed. When you're searching for something, I know that if I don't get it in a certain way, not only am I going to change my search query, I might look somewhere else on top of what I'm doing. So recently I went and visited my son who was in sales in Columbus, Ohio, and I wanted to find a restaurant, but
Yeah.
I went on Google and I'm like, ugh, this is too much. I'm gonna look up some on TikTok,
Right.
Columbus restaurants, and then from there I found this amazing sushi place. So not only are people searching on Google, they're gonna search on TikTok, they're gonna search on YouTube, they're gonna find different ways to get the answers that they're specifically looking for. And Google, with the AI features that are coming out, they're starting to understand that. And that's why they have that AI generated portion at the top, and then it has a little link beneath it. Even then, I've noticed myself that I will read that, and then if I feel like it's not a good answer, or it's like that seems fake, it's not enough for me, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go beneath there and look for more. So
So I got a quick question for you, Nick. So you mentioned
yeah,
TikTok. Do you use TikTok from your phone or from desktop?
boom, all day long, never a question.
So that's a big point, right? Not necessarily with TikTok, but I wanted to highlight between mobile and desktop,
Yeah,
right? We obviously, a lot of people in their jobs are working from a desktop type of scenario, right? Not actually doing their work from their phone. But most people who are searching for something are actually searching from a mobile device.
yeah,
And that's really key when it comes to understanding from an SEO perspective and how we optimize. Google over the years has talked about the importance of, are we optimizing for mobile first or for desktop first? And we absolutely need to be optimizing for mobile index first. And that was actually part of the algorithm leak that came out. You need to build your website and make sure that it is with mobile in mind first and
absolutely.
primary. There's this thing called cumulative layout shift, or CLS. And for
Too
those of
many
you
big
who are already
words, too many
asleep,
letters. Ooh, huge one.
too many letters. But you'll hear about this. Well, you may not have heard about it, but you'll actually see it. So think about a time when you've gone to a page, and as the page is rendering, everything is shifting down.
Yep.
And you go to click something, you've probably done
Oh,
this, and
and
it
then
opens
it's
up another
something
window.
else. Oh, the worst.
So mad. And then
First
you got to
world
go back
problem.
to the tabs and you got to close them out, you click it again.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to stream soccer from Europe. I'm on those weird sites that does that a lot. Anyway, really frustrating. But that's a big important point, because if a small business has a website and they have this rendering issue, meaning that it's built on a platform where it's not built with mobile index in mind, and it has this struggle shifting stuff, and it provides a bad customer experience. And so that really actually goes against you. And so for those of you out there um, that have small businesses, make sure that it loads properly on a mobile device.
Yeah.
Okay? If it's not loading as quick as it does on a regular desktop device, on a desktop, as it does on a mobile device, then that should be something you should look at, because that definitely will impact your ability to rank high.
And for you agency owners that are out there, you should also look at what platform am I building on?
Yeah.
Because not only is it just SEO and making sure that I'm optimizing this instance of a website, I also need to make sure that the back end coding of that is rendering in a way that I want it to render.
Yeah.
And there have been plenty of times when somebody says, well, I have a WordPress website, and you go to it and it's just clunky and awkward, and you're like, please. But then you've got a Duda website that really focuses on rendering and being mobile optimized. You don't have to deal with that. So you definitely need to make sure that you are looking at this. So,
Brilliant.
Aaron, next question. How does AI fit into all of this?
Oh man, get this question a lot, right? I think you and I go to a number of conferences.
The last 3 years
Man,
that I've had so many, I've heard so many where it's just like, okay, AI, yes,
they just fill the agenda with AI.
yeah,
Some of it is good. So there's a lot of opportunity, right? Just to rewind time, right? Think of the 80s, and everything was about the personal computer, the PC,
yeah,
and what it was going to do. And people were skeptical, some embraced it, but here we are. It's not an issue, right? I think if we were to look forward 5, 10, 15 years, we're just going to see how AI has really just helped society, help people live better, help people be their best selves, right? But there are some misconceptions that I want to highlight. When we hear AI, we think that this is just a universe of robots, a team of robots that just does everything for you. And that's not actually what is happening. It's quite far from the truth. We use a lot of pieces of AI in what we do, but it's not about pressing a button and things just go and happen. it's similar to what you shared earlier about your daughter at school. And, you know, it's understanding how the tools are working, how the artificial intelligence works, and providing the right prompts. There's no AI for the AI yet, right?
Yeah.
And so we're still learning that piece. In what we are doing, there's still very much an element of trust and verify. We have millions and millions of ranking checks and data that we are bringing in. Our whole business is around helping small business succeed, helping those small business owners be successful without having to personally spend the time on figuring SEO out, because it's a bit of a black hole. But AI is going to do some really cool things in the future. I envision a lot of it being around, even just in our regular lives, like outside of the SEO realm, you know, that personal assistant thing, managing calendars, seeing that, you know, your fridge is short on these things and you want to make these meals, and boom, it just goes and does the order and it shows up, right? I don't know when we'll have the robots bring it into our house and put it in the fridge and make the food for us, but it's really going to enhance how we live from like a personal administrative level. And so I think that's pretty cool. It's really interesting to learn about. But the main point from an SEO angle is that it's not just press a button and it all happens. Google's very much against that. It does not want automated things.
Yeah. I think AI will create the best opportunity for business owners to have customized content for their website. They can do anything as easy as creating individual email campaigns. They can help with their social marketing, like their socials, and getting LinkedIn posts, or what am I going to do with these pictures that I've taken. It is going to make it so much easier and accessible for the business owner to have the content teams that they never had. That being said, Google's going to have to make sure that they're smart enough to sift through the actual good companies there, and ones that actually provide the services that people are interacting more with their website, or maybe their Google My Business has, or Google Business Profile has more ratings on it, whatever it may be. But Google's going to have to find ways to sift and create the best opportunity throughout all of that. And that's what we're starting to see, is not only is it just having good content, we're going back to the value of links pointing back to that content to support it. And I love saying it. Aaron, it has been such a great conversation with you. I want to just plug again, our next webinar is September 24th at 11 a.m. with Jared Turner. It is going to be epic. Please have an amazing day. If there are any questions, please send them into our marketing team and we'll make sure that we get to them. You guys have yourself an amazing day, and thank you for your time.
All right. Take care, everyone. See ya.